My name is Asma Zeehan and I'm from Pakistan. And I'm working in one of the leading telco organizations here, that is Telenor, Pakistan. So I'm so glad and I'm super excited to be part of this great platform where I've got this chance to connect with female leaders around the globe. And it will definitely increase in my experience, and I will share my experience and stories to inspire other women around me. Today, I'm going to talk about breaking the bias. It is such a critical topic discussed globally and was a theme for 2022 International Women's Day as well. And I'm sure every one of you might have talked about it, experienced that, and showed that in your organization. I will share my personal story and the perspective around this topic to inspire other young women who really need to or want to break the bias in their career. Let's get started. So first of all, I will just walk you through about my journey. I'm from Pakistan. It is underdeveloped country, and here it is. When I started my career back in 2002, it was a taboo for females to go into the field, to go into technical roles or in the sales roles in the market, and start doing independently working in the field. So what I did at that time, I started my career from sales. I'm a graduate. I'm an economics graduate. I did my master's in economics, and I started my career in the financial industry. And I was responsible to sell financial products. And that was at that time there was no concept for other women to join that industry. It was purely a male-dominated and very biased industry, and I faced a lot of biases around this. That how can a woman actually join this industry and go into the markets and very rough markets where she can sell financial products. But I did that and successfully managed a good number of team members. And later on, I joined the banking industry, a very traditional one, again, a very conservative field, and I managed it well. Later on, what exactly happened, the exciting part in my career after 5 years, when I took a 360-degree shift in my career, in my experience, I've changed the industry. So from financial banking industry, I moved to telecommunication. And in telecommunication, it was not only an industry shift, it was also the experience shift as well. So there I joined them as their regional head for IT customer services, and the IT service management area was the focused one. And again, coming from a very non-technical background and from a very different industry and going into a very fast-paced technology-based industry was a different experience. And I was honestly, I was a bit of afraid, but the only thing which kept me motivated to join that industry was that what worst can happen. And that's my advice for you all as well, that what worst can happen, we should try new things, we should try new and we should break these biases about certain roles and try something different. And that's my experience, which said that at that time I thought that why can't I try that, and if I fail, I can always go back to my previous industry. I will learn something, I will experience something, and I will move on. So with that thought, I jumped into something really exciting for which I did not had any experience. And I managed it well, really well, for like 5 years. I completed my another degree, my MS degree in total quality management during that time period. And later on, I got an opportunity in one of the leading Coca-Cola, in one of the leading FMCG organizations. And there I was responsible even for more technical stuff. I was responsible for infrastructure, for information security, for networks, for servers, for cloud management. And coming from an economics background, all these things looks really, really tough. But honestly, all I've learned was on my job. And one thing I will talk about the biases throughout my journey. I faced a lot of biases, and the number one bias was that having a female boss. So it was yes, it was difficult for the teams initially to accept that how can a woman lead us, and especially when she's coming from a non-technical background. And that was one bias. And another one, the first bias which I faced was, how can a woman actually work in this industry? It is not a female or woman oriented industry, it is for us. So I break that barrier and I took the challenge. I've got the experience and I kept my learning intact. Okay, so today the topic is breaking the bias. So, what is breaking the bias? We all need a world free of biases, stereotypes, and discrimination. A world that is diverse, equitable, and inclusive, have equal opportunities for all of us, but for that, some conscious efforts are required. I will be covering some tips around this topic, which I have learned through my experience. And as I have walked you through my personal story, and I will also tell you specifically that what biases I have faced and what choices I have made. So, started my career in a male dominated function and faced a lot of discrimination. But I took challenge and had a 360-degree shift in my career by changing the industry and role. Faced resistance to get acceptance from technical teams, being a female technical boss. Faced faced a tag of being bossy while being assertive. Took challenge to relocate with my family. So later on, what happened after my Coke journey, I got an opportunity, a very exciting opportunity in one of the cosmopolitan cities in Pakistan, that is Karachi. So that was a choice in my career, that whether I would like to opt that, and but I had to make some compromises. I had to make some decisions, and the biggest decision was moving with family, convincing my family that yes, let's move because of my career. And I was lucky enough to have that support from family, and I moved on. Worked in that wonderful city. I'm still working there, and then I've joined again the telco industry. And now, right now, the kind of role I'm managing, it's heading the technical operations of the cell sites and the RF part as well. That is entirely different what I've been doing in all these years. So it does not matter at what age bracket you are, at what experience level you are, you should take that risk. You should learn something new. Failure might happen, that happens, and that failure should be for the learning only, not for just to get failed and just get depressed. Just move on. That gives you a lot of courage and confidence to achieve more and to go up to the career ladder. Right. So nothing stopped me and my learning and jumping one field from another field and jumping into the core technical industry and delivering. I'm delivering successfully delivering my KPIs. So here are some tips for young women aspiring to grow. Number one, taking risk in your career to grow. Studies showed that only 43% of the women will take big risks to boost careers. And women desire to take career risk even declines as they have more experience. They think now we have mature, we can't take this risk. So we should consider that factor as well. And we should also explicitly taught that speaking up and taking the risk is the way forward to get career boost. Another thing is some which we can do is make conscious effort and ask for what you want. Be aware of the impression you make. Speak early, often, and calmly. Finally, no risk, no reward. So take a risk. And I understand a fear of failure can sometimes prevent us from taking that critical next step, but we should work on the mindset. Just think nothing is the worst can happen and we can always learn and move on. Always remember the 3 R's: taking risk, resilience, and get the reward. Choose diversified roles and work on career portfolios. So it's no more the time to work on career path and stick to one path and you can move the ladder. But yes, you should now think about building a career portfolio. Today, the world has changed in some amazing and profound ways. So, broadening your career focus and professional identity is no longer seen as abnormal. It is now, there's a shift from pursuing a career path to creating your own career portfolio. So, career portfolio is a never ending source of discovery and fulfillment. My portfolio, as an example, includes financial advisor, banker, IT service manager, IT infrastructure head, and I am now heading the technical operations. So the beauty of having career portfolio is the sense of achievement you get in different roles to explore different industries. Another thing which you should consider to do is inspire other women, uplift each other, be the leader you always were, and embrace your feminine energy. I will touch upon this point. Women at times wants to develop masculine leadership qualities to climb the corporate ladder. However, when women step into their true identities with openness, transparency, owning emotions, being clear about values, vulnerabilities, and fears, modern audience embrace the humanness when it comes to leading. So focus on that natural ability to lead, and there is no way you can't get that success. Right. So another thing which you can do is influencing relationship. So women see possibilities through new ideas and innovative thinking, value empathy and collaboration, which is part of the hardwiring. Women leaders express competition differently by influencing relationship rather than just hunting for the kill. And we can learn the skill by these influential leaders around us. And I believe that's a great platform to connect with these wonderful women. Share your struggle stories. It is very, very, very important. That is what I do everywhere in my organization, outside my organization. I mentor other female youngsters and other female colleagues to, and I share my struggle stories because it inspire others, and it gives them confidence and courage that yes, if I can do, you can also do the same. So sharing the struggle stories and your vulnerabilities hold power by connecting authentically with your people, and it inspires and motivates everyone around you. So it's always a great idea to share stories. Create lean in circles. Create that small circles where women lift each other, they listen each other, they mentor each other, they guide each other. It's very, very important. And we as women leaders can play that vital role to bridge the gap and to bring women together on this. And I believe it's a great way, and this topic, breaking the bias, is a great way. It's a great way to pursue your dreams. So the first thing is important, that you should have that confidence. Everybody has got fears, but we should all try overcome our fears. Look around, find mentors, find those circles, and see how can you seek help, how can you find similar role models, how can you find similar stories, and how can you find similar struggles. And having biases is very common worldwide, but it is about what choices you made. And that is what actually boosts your career, what actually push you upward, and what actually makes you a better leader. So that's all about my story, and we still have 5 minutes, so I would like to hear from the audience. If you have any question, I will paste my LinkedIn URL as well. You can connect me on LinkedIn, and you can ask any question, and I would be happy to mentor anybody in the world. So I'm so thankful for this platform, for giving me this opportunity. Wonderful connecting with you all. Have a great day. Thank you. I will wait for a few more minutes. If anyone has any question, let's see. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you. It always it feels great when you find that energy in other women as well. The energy is always there. It is just finding the right connect. It is just finding the right person with whom you can discuss, with whom you can talk, and it is a great responsibility on female leaders like me to share experience and do not hide vulnerabilities. So let's discuss and break this bias all together, and we can make this world a better place to live by connecting together. And yes, thank you. Thank you very much, and it feels so great when you see that happiness among other women. Yes, thank you. So yes, do connect with me. Yeah, somebody is talking about 3 hours, risk, resilience, and reward. Yes, yes, take risk, have resilience, and you will get rewarded. Yes. So we still have 4 minutes. And yes, please do contact me, and I will be very happy to listen and to guide, to mentor. And let's utilize these 4 minutes as well. Right now, currently, I am in the industry where I'm the only one in this industry at this position in technical operations. So you see, in Pakistan, there are 4 or 5 major telecommunication companies, and no woman is heading operations. It is such a hard and it is such a rough job, and it is such a diversified job that I had to deal with different geographies, with different dynamics and cultural issues, and different kind of personalities. And there are like 150 people, more than that even, the partner level, the subcon level, and my team, who I have to manage. And I am the only female leader in the whole team managing this big geography. And my target is to get more women in this domain, to inspire more women to get into this domain and break this bias that yes, operations can be run, the field operations can be run by a female in a very good manner, where she actually inspired other men as well. So I take this pride of being the only woman in the industry, and I'm looking forward seeing more women in Pakistani industry to join this technical field, to join STEM field, and that's my objective. And I also participate in external events where I mentor young students, especially where they want advice that what careers we should choose, what educational fields we should choose, which can help us to work like all other people are working. Because there's no man, woman, we all are equal, we all have equal rights, and we all can do everything together. So let's just be a professional, not a male professional or a female professional, and let's work together. And holding each other, being females, will definitely strengthen us, and we can work on this together. Thank you so much. With this, I will leave my session because time is almost up. Lovely connecting with you all, and stay in touch. Thank you so much.